What's up, guys? It's definitely been a while since we last, gosh, I'm not good at these intros, but just want to say hi. Last time I made a vlog was like 3 months ago. Hopefully the audio isn't crap on this. You know, I'm trying a new camera, as you may be able to tell. It's one of those Pocket Osmo guys on a gimbal. I also have a black mist filter to make everything look sparkly, I guess, make all the light look diffused. And I actually used to kind of hate them because you know, I felt like they're diminishing the quality of a camera image. But not gonna lie, like, I feel like my face acne is so bad right now that I need like any bit of help I can to make myself not look like dog water. Yeah, so just some, you know, quick updates on where I'm at with training and where I'm at with life, I guess. Training wise, I went on a bulk since the last time you guys may have seen me in like June. So went from 166-ish to now I peaked at 175. Now I'm starting to cut. So, but let me kind of explain what I did on this bulk, why I went on this bulk and stuff. Basically skills kind of hurt. So like I would do front lever stuff and then my left rhomboid would hurt. I would do straight arm push stuff, like I won't even call it planche stuff just because of how bad I am at planche. But then my right elbow would kind of hurt, and it's just like, oh my gosh, let's just take a break from skills, especially because I was focusing a lot of my time on this most recent biomechanics video you may or may not have seen. But yeah, it just made more sense to me to focus on a period of gaining weight and just doing more compounds with lower rest times and all that stuff. My goals over this time period, pulling wise, mainly was to improve my pull-ups. It went pretty well at first. I hit 27 like my first or like couple weeks into this training method, and then I hit 28 pretty soon after, and then I plateaued at 28. I just feel like I'm never really fully fresh when I test my max, so I'm not sure where my true max is right now in terms of pull-ups, but hopefully it's more than just 28 right now. Push wise, I've been just working on my overhead press and dips, you know, pretty high reps. I wanted to, you know, build some mass in my shoulders, and hopefully when I come back to strength stuff, like handstand push-ups and stuff, hopefully I can get stronger. I don't know. I've also been doing some, you know, handstand press drills, but nothing crazy really. It's just been a matter of being consistent. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, future vlogs. So for future vlogs that you guys could expect from me, I think I'll probably take a break from making really like serious videos like the one I just made, because that took me 7 months. So it's just like, oh man, I want to make videos that I kind of enjoy making for a little bit. Not that I don't enjoy making informative videos, but that just took such a toll on me. Kind of just walking around. But I kind of want to test out a new camera method, so I'll finish that in there. Okay. Wonder if this thing can see my face. Can you see me? Oh, nice. You can actually, whoa, that's cool. So this is the track feature of the Osmo Pocket. It's pretty legit. Training wise, oh yeah, my future training plans. I plan on cutting down probably 10 pounds or so. And then focusing more on skills again. You know, that's kind of one of my overall goals. Well, I'll probably try to aim for like a pull-up PR before I do that. Yo, this looks super aesthetic, dude. Look at that. Sheesh. That's crazy. Isn't that cool, dude? Sheesh. Coolest sunset I've seen in a while. Check that out, dude. Isn't that crazy? I wonder what it'll look like when I color grade this too. Sheesh. Let's see if we can get a close up from the ground. That looks cool, doesn't it? Saw dudes. It's the next day after whatever I just recorded, and I just want to share a little bit about what went into the biomechanics video. It's not published yet, but it's nearly done. I'm just waiting on a couple of things. Hopefully within the next several weeks it'll be out. But yeah. So you can tell I got a lot of laundry I need to deal with. I'll do that later. I'm also thinking about watching a movie today. It's been a while since I watched a movie. But yeah, let's get into what really went into this video, why it was so hard. Yeah. So this is what the timeline of my biomechanics video looks like so far. There still needs to be some stuff added to it, but let's zoom in on like the beginning. This is what the beginning looks like. So this bottom row is video, like me, my A-roll, just me talking. This is the audio that came with that A-roll. This is music. These are sound effects. These are PNGs or stuff that I layered over my A-roll. You can see some of them layer quite high. Honestly, that's just because I'm not that efficient at using space, not really because it was that hard of an edit. But the problem is, let's zoom out a little bit. I did this for 35 minutes. It just doesn't end. Every single PNG in here has a sound effect. Everything I put in enters and exit, or enters with a sound effect, enters with keyframes, or some sort of dynamic aspect. And that's just the video. The video took me like 2 months. So the video took me 2 months, but the actual like project took me like 7. So the video was, even though it was painful, incredibly painful to make, it wasn't really the hardest part, surprisingly. So let's show you guys my script. So this is my script. It's pretty simple. It's just a text, but if you look right here, okay, well, if you look there, it says 1 of 31. This is a 31-page script. And just so you guys understand what that means, my last biomechanics video was a 10-page script. My front lever video was a 10-page script. Okay, let's go back to this. So this is just, I had to kind of make it as I went. Honestly, I didn't really have a super big structure in mind. I just added on, kept rereading the script and adding on to it. It was weird because I would have to do the math independently of the script. So every time I came up with some math result or read some research that I wanted to include in my video, I had to somehow include that in the script. But yeah, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. At the bottom here are all the sources that I thought were useful for me to refer back to. I referenced a decent amount of them in the video, but definitely not all of them. So I guess I right now have 43 references, but I definitely looked at over 100 papers. And then this is, remember how, I don't know if you've seen the video, but Dr. Yad is from the Netherlands. So he got his diagnosis for his bicep tear in the Netherlands, so I had to translate that to English. I actually looked at his MRI. He sent me his MRI files very kindly for me to kind of study them and like maybe include some of it in my video. Honestly, all I really did was include a screenshot and use his MRI as the basis for my 30-degree bicep insertion angle assumption. And then here, just at the end, I just made space for anywhere I wanted to make edits in the post-production. One problem I had is that
my bicep angle insertion assumption changed like two times. So at first I assumed that the bicep inserts at 10 degrees, then I assumed that it inserts at 20 degrees, then I assumed that it inserts at 30 degrees. And every time you change those numbers, every single number in the, like every single exercise, like all the calculations just change, and then the numbers change, and now you have to find ways to make numbers that are reasonable, and then you have to like I don't know, it was just such a mess. I guess I'll show you my spreadsheet. I got tired of doing stuff by hand, so this is the spreadsheet I used for everything, all the like math. So this is for the preacher curl. This is the calculation for the static case. This is the calculation for the dynamic case. It has all this like anthropometric data of like, you know, how much mass certain parts of your body carry in proportion to the rest of your whole body, and like some assumptions about, you know, the length of certain things, the weights of certain things, the diameters, stuff like that. This is just an old calculation, I think. I don't use it right now. I think it's just outdated. This is the planche calculation. Pretty simple, especially because it's just a static calculation, and I did it in my last video. So the only thing that changed here was my bicep insertion angle, and that I assumed that the bicep accounts for a third of the moment about the elbow, instead of assuming a certain failure stress of the bicep tendon to begin the calculation. This is the Maltese. It's also very simple. This is for my quote-unquote anthropometrics. This is just a band of one. This is the Van Gelder. So I did one for me. I did one for Yuri. I flipped those, by the way. So this is the Hephaesto. It's just a static calculation again, nothing very interesting. This is the chin-up. This is for a body weight chin-up for me. This is for a 100% additional weight chin-up for me, and this is for lat doing a 100% additional chin-up. This is some stuff that I did for strain calculations, kind of seeing, you know, what kind of level of strain we might see in the tendon or in the muscle belly of the bicep during when a lot of tension is applied to it. Yeah. And still got to show you this. But basically, these are all the drawings I made. So I just made drawings randomly in OneNote. That way I could just open it up on my computer, and then I could open it up on my computer and just use the snipping tool to transfer that into my project file really quickly. But it was a lot. It was a lot of drawings. The last thing I want to show you guys is my MATLAB scripts. This first one is pretty simple. This is just for the Van Gelder. I used the polynomial fitting curve on Excel or something to get a polynomial to track Yuri's approximate displacement over time. And then I just took the derivative and second derivative of that polynomial. And honestly, you're not technically supposed to do this when you're trying to find like linear or like instantaneous accelerations and velocities, but it's just that there was so much noise in my data set that if I used instantaneous velocities and accelerations, it just wouldn't have, like, it would have spiked like that. So just using a polynomial was and taking the derivative of that was just a lot cleaner. The other script I want to show you guys is my chin-up script, which also includes the preacher curl. Basically, I learned this method. This is called the Newton-Raphson method in one of my classes last year, and I just thought it would be cool if I could apply it here. The idea is that you have, or in this particular case, there's 4 vectors, and a lot of their lengths and angles, and it ends up that there's only 2 unknowns. So if you split up those 4 vectors, they sum up to 0, and you split that sum into the x and y components, you get 2 equations, 2 unknowns, and you just have to, rather than doing this by hand, for like every single potential y position and angle, I made an array of inputs, and then my input array was actually a function that described the y position of the center of mass over time. I'm trying to think if I could have solved this a different way, because technically two equation system of equation with two unknowns, I don't even know if you need as complicated of a method as this. But well, this is what I used. Basically, two equations, two unknowns, and you repeat this for, I guess in this case, 100 data points. So these guess variables refer to the angle of the upper arm and torso, and then you just plug in the guess into your equations, and if it's off by a certain tolerance, which is, this is the tolerance I provided, 10 to the minus 4 basically. If it's smaller than that tolerance, then keep it. If it's not, just keep guessing. This is called a root finding method. This is kind of what's going on. You're taking the derivative of a point and then finding using the tangent line of the curve to approximate the zero, and you over time get closer to the true zero of the function. Yeah. So that's what that was. I used ChatGPT to help me structure a lot of this stuff, but I had to like play a lot with all these variables and stuff to kind of just make it work. Because one of the painful things about MATLAB is that a lot of things don't converge on your first try, and you have to just like keep trying things until numbers work out, like you get numbers that make sense and stuff. So yeah, this is all the graphs I made. It's nothing that complicated, it's just graphing stuff. Down here is what I used to find an approximate angular acceleration of the elbow and the preacher curl. So this is kind of similar to the Van Gelder, to be honest. But yeah. Okay. So I think that's everything I really wanted to show you guys. I'm midway through my laundry. I'll probably finish it later. But yeah, I want to show you guys what my workouts look like right now. So I'm gonna, cool transition to the next part of the video. Oof. Bye. Gosh, maxing out is always so.
waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Alright guys, I feel a bit better. I don't know, I think I just, maybe something I ate. I had some Mexican food, maybe didn't go down that well. Or maybe just because I'm maxing out and, I don't know, training almost every set to failure. Kind of just overwhelmed my body for a second, but that was, it was like a combination of wanting to throw up, of like lightheadedness, and like, I don't know, it just wasn't fun. But thank God I'm feeling better. Gonna call it a workout, but I'll take the dub. I'll take that PR and pull-ups. I thought I did one more. I thought I did 31, but I think I only did 29, so sad life. But PR's the PR, so yeah, going home. See you guys. Bye.
Sad dudes. Before I call it a night, I did want to share one last story with you guys about that biomechanics video. So this, I think I made it clear that this was a pretty stressful and difficult video for me to make. Actually, there was one day, I just finished work. After work, I worked on the video for like an hour, and after that, I got dinner. After that, I was planning on going back to work on that video for the evening, and I pulled into the parking lot of the place where I was gonna do that work, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to do this. Like, every time I opened up that timeline on Premiere Pro, it just hurt to look at it. I mean, it was horrendous. You know what I'm saying? And I could spend a whole day of editing and only make you know, a couple minutes. But yeah, I rolled into that parking lot. I did not want to do it. And I was like, I'm so tired, dude. But then actually there was something that occurred to me. It was like, well, if I weren't going to work on this video, then like what would I do? And it was a realization for me, an important one, because I found out that if I weren't to do that, then I really wouldn't have anything better to do. There's no better use of my time than to suffer and go through this, is how it felt. I was like, I need to find, I don't think I'm supposed to live like this. And the conclusion I came to is that I need to come back to my roots in my faith as a Christian. Come back to God, come back to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that was the main life update that I wanted to share with you guys. Because I know I gave a bunch of training updates, and yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on this too. So that's fine, you know, gotta rep the merch. It's pretty late. I'm gonna go to sleep, but have a good one. Bye, guys.